Take a moment and settle in, because this message is meant to help you refocus on yourself, not to overwhelm you. Life often moves so fast that we forget to notice how many quiet opportunities pass us by in a single day. It can feel as though something important is always just out of reach, waiting for us to slow down enough to recognize it. What you're experiencing right now may simply be one of those moments where reflection matters more than reaction. Instead of looking outward for signs or special messages, consider how your thoughts, choices, and habits are shaping your path in real time. There is a kind of conversation happening in life all the time, not through mystical forces, but through consequences, intuition, and awareness. When you pause long enough, you start to notice patterns, what helps you grow, what holds you back, and what you may need to change moving forward. It's easy to believe that something external is controlling or deciding your direction, but most of the time, your future is being formed by small decisions you make every day. Even the moments that feel uncertain are not meant to frighten you. They are invitations to think more clearly and act more intentionally. So instead of waiting for a dramatic sign or outside confirmation, focus on grounding yourself in what is real and present. Your clarity, your discipline, and your willingness to reflect are far more powerful than fear or confusion. If you take anything from this, let it be that your path is not hidden or stolen. It is being built step by step through your awareness and the choices you make with it. Taken without your knowledge and changed by hands that weren't supposed to touch it. Someone tried to get in the way of a blessing that God had set aside just for you, my child. I saw it. I stopped it. But you need to know how serious this is. Before it gets dark at 900 p.m., God told my beloved, this is your last chance to know the truth. Today, what is meant to happen will then go ahead without you having to wait again. Please pay close attention, my child. A shadow moved toward your written fate last night. It only tried to change one sentence or one line, and just that one line would have changed everything about your life. It would have taken away something that was meant to get to you today. Do you get it, my beloved? This is a very important warning. This message is not nice. Heaven is grabbing your soul and telling you to stay awake. There is something going on right now. I want you to answer, not in silence, but with confidence. Please type Amen in the comments. Right now, if your spirit feels the need to know what heaven is showing you, right away. This is more than just words. It is your deal with heaven. You are letting God know that you are awake and ready to receive what He is doing in your life as you write it. Please bear with me as I continue to build this message. In the meeting with God, your name was called out 3 times, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Each time, the tone got louder, more urgent, and harder to ignore. The sky shook the 3rd time your name was called out, my beloved, because something true came out that not even you had seen. Here is the truth, my child. Someone tried to shut a door that God had opened for you. Someone tried to stop a blessing that has your name on it. Someone tried to stop your progress. It didn't work, though, my beloved. Heaven won over every shadow, every plan, and every attempt, which is why you are reading this right now, my child. But there is one more thing to do, and you need to be awake before 9 p.m. today. My beloved, your fate is at a fork in the road. This is where it gets personal. I want you to be a part of this moment. Writing these exact words in the comments will help you find your way. Not, I hope things get better. Not, one day maybe. I choose alignment, though. You are telling heaven which path you will take when you write it. Stay with me, because the next part will show you what that choice does. There are two ways to go right now. Everything that is meant for you is on one path. It feels heavy and moves more slowly because of the other. Which path you take will depend on whether you accept the truth now or not. My child, don't forget about this. This is a very direct statement from heaven, and when God says, last chance, He really means it. Your spirit is tired, my beloved. Your spirit has been stretched. You are not sure why certain things haven't happened yet, why life has been like a storm that will not stop. However, last night showed what was really going on. You were supposed to get something by now, my child, a message, a miracle, a blessing, or a chance, but someone tried to keep it from you. Now heaven is coming in. Let me take you back to last night, my beloved, my child. Let me show you what happened in the world you cannot see while you slept. Last night, you had no idea that a battle was going on above your head. A door opened. There was a bright golden door that held your future, but something dark moved toward it, hoping to shut it off before you knew it was there. I stepped forward, my beloved. I stopped the shadow. I raised my sword and said your name. God then told Moses, "Tell my child the truth. That is why you are here. My child, that is why this message came to you by chance. This is important if your spirit feels right now. Being a subscriber to this channel means more than just getting content. It also means being a part of a prophetic stream. When you subscribe, you will be ready to hear the messages God has already planned for your next season. You are saying that you are open, ready, and able to receive what heaven has in store for you. That is why, even if you tried, you couldn't scroll past this point. I still have more to tell you, my beloved, a lot more. Now the deeper truth starts. Stay with me for a little while longer. Don't rush through these words. Attention. Don't let the world's noise take it away. What is coming next is what heaven has been waiting for you to hear. Listen carefully, my child. Something strange happened when I blocked the shadow last night. The shadow didn't attack. It didn't run away. It got cold because it saw something behind me. My beloved, there is something just for you. A scroll showed up. A divine scroll that shone with a light that darkness couldn't dim, that was also writing on that scroll about you, your life, and a moment that is coming up faster than you think, my child. When the scroll was opened, the entire atmosphere seemed to shift. A profound silence settled over everything, as if even time had paused to observe. Every presence in that luminous realm stepped back slightly, and even the unseen winds grew still, creating a moment of complete stillness and attention. It was then revealed that a name had been inscribed within the scroll, not in ordinary ink or written form, but in radiant living light, glowing with a golden brilliance that seemed almost alive, as though it carried meaning far beyond what language alone could express. When that name was acknowledged, the entire expanse seemed to respond, marking the moment as significant and deeply meaningful. It felt like a turning point, a revelation meant to bring clarity and awareness, urging a deeper sense of reflection about timing, purpose, and the unfolding of events. The message suggested that a sequence of events had nearly shifted the timing of something important, not erasing it, but delaying its arrival in a way that might have altered how it was received. In this perspective, timing holds great weight, and even a small delay can change how an opportunity is experienced or understood. It also implied that what is meant for a person carries its own direction and resilience, often finding its way despite interruptions or obstacles. The inscription itself felt like a reminder that certain paths remain intact, even when circumstances appear uncertain, and that clarity often emerges when the moment is finally aligned. When your name was called out, my child, Heaven showed everyone what they had been waiting to see, an important moment, a holy moment, a truth about you that cannot be changed. The truth is strong, and it will change how you see everything around you. Be strong in this moment, my beloved, my child. The scroll showed that something, or someone, very nearly changed a major blessing in your life last night, not destroying it, but putting it off for so long that you missed the time God planned for you. In the spiritual world, timing is very important, my beloved. A delayed blessing can feel like one that wasn't given at all. The enemy is aware of this. There is a blessing that was meant to reach you before the end of today, my child. A breakthrough, a message, a change, a release, or a miracle that had your name on it. It was meant to come to you easily, without any trouble, and without having to wait. But last night, someone tried to change the way that blessing was going to reach you, my beloved. Do you understand? Because the things that are written for you are strong, too strong. People who want you to stay where you are, instead of becoming who you were always meant to be, are scared off by it. My child, the scroll showed not only what they meant to do, but also something much bigger. There is more spiritual protection around you now. A divine guard has been placed on your name. To my beloved, this is why heaven said, last chance. Not because your good fortune is being taken away, but because you need to know what you are getting into before 9 p.m. today. My child, let me tell you the part that even I found shocking. A bright mark showed up next to your name when the scroll was fully opened, a sign that only shows up when someone is chosen for a sudden change, a turn in their life, or a destiny acceleration. My beloved, you have been marked to speed up. If you feel that, if your spirit knows that this speeding up is real, I want you to seal it. Right now, type Amen in the comments to show that you are ready to move on right away. This isn't about feelings, it is about getting things right when you write it. You are agreeing with the time that heaven has given you, right now, my child. Everything has felt weird because of this. Feeling heavy when I wake up. People who used to talk all the time, all of a sudden stopped. Unexpected wait times. Thoughts you didn't expect. Random times when I think too much. You know something is going to happen, but you cannot quite put your finger on it. All of this, my beloved, was the spiritual shift that began last night. Everything that happens to you, my child, is not random, is not an accident, and has a purpose. Everything around you is a sign that heaven has given you a new way to go, and what started last night is just the beginning of what will happen when the golden star showed up next to your name, my beloved. The angels started to talk. They talked about your heart, your pain, your strength, your patience, your tears, and your silence, which no one else knows about. Your faith that didn't waver, even when things seemed hopeless. Heaven didn't pick you by chance, my child. It was because of who you are that you were picked. Oh, my beloved, the scroll showed me another truth. This is the answer to your prayer that you have been keeping to yourself and not telling anyone. Yes, my child, the prayer you said in a whisper, the prayer you said over and over at night. There are moments in life when a quiet thought lingers inside you for a long time, something you never fully voiced, but never truly let go of either. It feels like an unspoken hope, sitting at the edge of your mind, waiting for clarity. Sometimes, life has a way of making that hope feel closer, as if circumstances begin aligning in subtle, almost unnoticeable ways. Yet even then, the path forward is rarely perfectly smooth, and delays or unexpected turns can make everything feel uncertain. In times like these, it becomes easy to imagine outside forces at play, but often, what is really happening is a shift within. your awareness sharpening, your choices becoming more intentional, and your patience being tested in quiet ways. Not everyone around you will understand your inner world, and some may not even notice how much effort you are putting into simply staying consistent with yourself. Still, comparison or doubt from others does not define your direction. What truly matters is how you respond when things feel suspended between waiting and moving forward. Growth rarely announces itself loudly, it unfolds gradually, through small signs of change in your thoughts, habits, and resilience. Even setbacks can act as reminders to adjust your pace rather than abandon your path entirely. There are periods when everything feels like it is building towards something important, even if you cannot yet name it. In those moments, staying grounded, observant, and open-minded can make a meaningful difference. Life does not always follow clear timelines, but it often rewards persistence and clarity of intention in ways that only become visible later. This is holy. It is only put on the names of people who quietly carried heavy loads without breaking. These are the people who kept going, even when life told them to give up. People who had faith during storms that were meant to destroy them. You are one of those souls, my child, my beloved. When the symbol appeared, the angels reacted immediately. They turned toward the throne. Their voices rose. Your name echoed through realms unseen by human eyes. My child, you were declared protected, not just guided, protected, my beloved. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. This is important. Guidance leads you, protection shields you, and last night, heaven shifted you from guided to guarded, my child. Do you understand what this means? It means, what was meant to harm you can no longer reach you. The intentions of those who envy you can no longer touch your spirit. The delays meant to discourage you will now turn into breakthroughs. My beloved, after your name was declared guarded, something deeper occurred. A gate opened. My child, it was not a gate of punishment. It was not a gate of warning. It was a gate of release. My beloved, this is the part that will touch your heart the most. Behind that gate were 3 blessings, meant for you this year, but unable to reach you because of spiritual interference, emotional heaviness, or external negativity surrounding you. My child, these blessings have been waiting, sitting at the edge of your destiny, calling your name, trying to pass through the storms around you. But because of what happened last night, because heaven intervened, because your name was spoken 3 times, those blessings are now moving toward you with speed. My beloved, let me describe these blessings not in detail, but in energy. The first carries the weight of something you prayed for deeply, so deeply that you stopped admitting it aloud, something that feels impossible to the mind, but logical to the soul. The second carries the energy of stability, something in your life that has felt unstable, shaky, unpredictable. It is about to settle. It is about to strengthen. It is about to align. The third carries the scent of destiny, a surprise, something unexpected, something that will shift how you see yourself and how the world sees you. My child, all 3 blessings were blocked, not canceled, not denied, blocked, and last night, that blockage broke. My child, do you know what the angels whispered when the gate opened? They said, "The time has come, my beloved. This is the reason you are here. This is why heaven would not let you scroll away. This is why this message reached you at this exact moment, down to the second, my child, because these blessings will not wait long When heaven opens a gate for a chosen soul, time becomes sensitive, the window narrows, alignment becomes crucial. This is why God warned before 9:00 p.m., "Today, my beloved," not because something bad will happen, but because after 9:00 p.m., destiny begins moving with or without your awareness. My child, do not fear this. Do not panic. This is not a threat. This is a divine reminder. Heaven is saying, stay awake, stay aware, stay aligned. My beloved, there is more, much more. My beloved, there is more, much more. Because after the gate opened, something else stepped forward, a presence, a light, a voice so powerful that every angel bowed. My child, if you are ready, I will reveal what that voice spoke about you, and this will be the part that reaches the deepest place within your spirit. My beloved, what I am about to reveal now is the reason heaven has been calling you since last night. This part is sacred. This part is personal. This part carries the weight of a truth spoken directly over your life. My child, when the gate opened and the blessings began moving toward you, a powerful voice rose from the center of the heavenly court. It was a voice that does not speak unless something destiny-changing is taking place. It felt as though a powerful message had reached you at exactly the right moment, inviting you to pause and breathe deeply so its meaning could unfold within you. This was not something ordinary or random. Rather, it carried the weight of deep reflection, as if life was gently guiding you toward awareness. In that stillness, everything around you seemed to quiet down, as though distractions faded so clarity could emerge. The message spoke to endurance, reminding you of the burdens you have carried and the unseen struggles you have moved through. It acknowledged the storms that tested your patience, the moments of doubt, and the times you felt misunderstood or overlooked. Yet within it also came a strong reassurance. What has been delayed is not denied, and what felt lost is not beyond return. There is a sense of renewal forming beneath the surface, where obstacles begin to loosen and possibilities start to open again. The weight that once felt fixed may now begin to shift, allowing space for movement, growth, and new direction. It encourages you to rise again with steadiness, not rushing but trusting the pace of your unfolding path. Even what once felt impossible can transform when perspective changes and resilience returns. This reflection serves as a reminder that change often begins quietly, within, before it is seen outside in life. You are being invited to step forward with calm strength and renewed belief in your journey ahead. Rather than pressure or urgency, it suggests patience with yourself and trust in gradual progress, where each small step builds quietly toward a stronger foundation for what comes next. My beloved, everything that seemed unclear became clear. Then something else took place, something that only a few chosen souls ever get to experience. There was a new book, not the last scroll, a book, a destiny book, that has your name on the front cover. Kid, this book only opens when a person starts a new part of their life, a chapter that wasn't written by people or by chance, but by heaven itself. My beloved, the book opened by itself and wasn't touched. The pages turned on their own. Then it stopped on a page that was shining brighter than the rest. My child, there was a moment on that page, just a moment. There is an event that will change the course of your life, that is coming up soon, faster than you think. My beloved, this moment is not a coincidence. It is a divine appointment, a get-together. What a chance! A truth, something, a change, a big step forward. You had a plan before you were even born. You should have had this moment earlier, my child. But something got in the way. That interference was gone completely last night. My beloved, that is why heaven is making its voice heard today, because this moment, this change in fate, has a time frame, a window, a holy hour. You must also be ready in your spirit before that window opens. Dear child, the book showed me another sign, the same sign that was on the scroll but bigger. The whole page was covered. It made the moment clear. It couldn't be avoided, denied, or stopped. There was a new book, not the last scroll, a book, a destiny book that has your name on the front cover. My child, this book only opens when a person starts a new part of their life, a chapter that wasn't written by people or by chance, but by heaven itself. Oh, my beloved, the book opened by itself, the pages turned without being touched, then it stopped on a page that was shining brighter than the rest. My child, there was a moment on that page, just a moment. There is an event that will change the course of your life, that is coming up soon faster than you think. My beloved, this moment is not a coincidence. It is a divine appointment, a get-together. What a chance, a truth, something, a change, a big step forward. There was something ready for you before you were born. Okay, my child, this moment was supposed to come sooner, but something got in the way. That interference was gone completely last night. That is why heaven is making its voice heard today, because this change in destiny has a due date, a window, a holy hour. You must also be ready in your spirit before that window opens. There was another sign in the book, the same sign as on the scroll, but bigger. The whole page was taken up by it. It made the moment clear. It couldn't be avoided, denied, or stopped. After the book told me everything, my beloved, I spoke up and asked one question: what needs to be done for your kid before 9 p.m.? God replied. This is what he said that I am going to share next. The most important thing this revelation has to say. You should be ready and have a steady spirit if you want to know what God said next. What comes next is what the meeting with God was all about last night. My beloved, this is the message that heaven has been trying to send you, the message that was almost blocked, hidden, or taken away. What must be done for your child before the 900 p.m. hour? I asked God. He didn't think twice. His voice had such power that it could be heard in the heavens. This is what God said. My beloved, get my child ready. Make their spirit stronger. Make them more aware. Take away all of their fears. They need to be clear, not confused, brave, not doubtful, and have faith, not fear, about what is coming their way. Please take these words to heart, my child. Heaven isn't telling you to be careful. Heaven is getting you ready for a bigger moment than you think. God went on, my beloved, my child has been delayed, let down and betrayed enough times. They have had enough nights of doubting their worth, and days of carrying heavy loads by themselves. There are moments in life when things start to feel like they're quietly shifting beneath the surface, even before we fully understand what's happening. It can seem as if circumstances are rearranging themselves, like certain doors close unexpectedly, while others hesitate to open, leaving you with questions that don't have immediate answers. This message speaks to that kind of in-between space, where uncertainty and hope seem to exist side by side. Sometimes people around you react in ways you don't expect. Some grow distant, some become quiet, and others may not know how to respond to the direction your life is taking. These changes can feel confusing, but they often reflect more about their inner emotions than about your worth or your path. Fear, misunderstanding, or insecurity can sometimes create distance where there once was ease, turning support into hesitation without anyone fully realizing why. Still, none of this defines your future or limits what is meant for you. Life has a way of realigning itself, even after moments that feel scattered or uncertain. What is truly meant for you does not depend on approval, timing, or external validation. It unfolds in its own way, often beyond what others can influence or delay. Instead of focusing on what feels blocked or unclear, this is a reminder to trust your own direction and stay steady within it. Things that are genuinely aligned with your journey tend to return, rebuild, or reveal themselves again when the time is right. What matters most is that you continue forward with clarity in your heart, without letting temporary confusion convince you that your path has been altered. My angel is now standing next to them. I have marked their way. I got rid of the interference. My child will now stand up. Yes, my beloved, this is why you are here. This is why fate brought your spirit to this message. Why does every word feel like it is talking straight to your soul? Because it is. My child, after God's order, something else very strange happened. Behind the destiny book, a second light showed up, a bright light that pulses and grows. My beloved, this light means that a moment is coming your way, a moment that will make you stop and think. This is it. Children, this light is linked to something you wished for, but were afraid to trust. A change you want, but were afraid would never come about. A blessing you thought about, but weren't sure if it was really meant for you. God made it clear. My beloved, you can have it. It has your name on it. It is part of your soul, and it will come, my child. But remember this, before 9 p.m., this moment, this shift, this speeding up starts to happen. Today, not at midnight, not this week, not one day. Tonight, my beloved, that is why you cannot look away from heaven. That is why this message seems to be pulling, holding, and calling you. Your spirit knows that this is the right place. Your spirit knows this is the right time. You know in your heart that this is true. There is more, my child. I haven't told you this yet. Something the sky showed us after the second light came on. In this dream, you will learn about your past, your present, and what is going to happen next. My beloved, if you are ready for the deeper truth, and your heart is steady and open, what comes next is the most important part of what you learned last night. This is where heaven showed you the truths that were hidden behind the delays, confusion, sudden silences, strange feelings, and sudden changes in your life. My child, when the second light grew behind your destiny book, it showed more than just your future. Also, something from your past came out, something that you thought you had left behind. You thought that something had lost its power over you. The angels turned toward that second light, as it showed scenes that were connected to you. My beloved, scenes that are full of feeling, pain, not happy with it, times when you didn't trust the right people, at times you loved more than you were loved, times when someone's fear or jealousy hurt you without knowing why. Heaven didn't show you these scenes to hurt you again, my child. Through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community, you can help this mission. It was to show you something important. Those events shaped your spirit into the person you are now. My beloved, the hard times you went through shaped your kindness, intuition, strength, silence, resilience, and ability to love deeply and get back up again. Every tear you shed was seen. Every time you felt alone, someone saw it. It was written down. Every time you were hurt in secret, it was shown to the heavenly court, proof of every lie, betrayal, and moment of confusion, proof that you were worthy of being restored, proof that heaven owed you a perfect turnaround. In this way, my beloved, the meeting last night was so powerful. God didn't just talk about your future, He was taking into account your past. That was the moment that shook the whole heavenly court, my child. Something from your present was shown by the light behind your destiny book. That moment may still feel soft to you, even though it happened not long ago, a time when someone's behavior changed quickly, when someone backed off without giving a reason, when someone's mood changed, when someone shut down was cold or was hard to predict. Heaven showed me the truth about that change. My beloved, you weren't to blame. You were never to blame. You didn't do anything wrong. There was no reason for that. In no way did they think you were not worthy. It was because your destiny started to rise, and their spirit knew it before their mind did. There are people who don't like you because you are becoming more powerful. Not because you have changed, they don't understand the light you are stepping into. My beloved, the angels knew what was really going on. Their spirit didn't know how to be with someone whose destiny was coming true. The shift was never being turned down. It opened my eyes, my child. Then heaven showed the last layer. A sense of something deeply meaningful surrounds what you experienced, as if a third presence of light appeared, brighter, steadier, and more profound than the earlier ones. It carried a feeling of protection and quiet sanctity, like a message carefully preserved for you until the right moment. In that vision, there was a turning point approaching, a shift that felt less like randomness and more like everything gently falling into place. It suggested a time of inner realignment, where emotional weight begins to loosen and clarity slowly returns. You seem to stand at the edge of an important threshold, one that opens not just opportunity but understanding, as if past confusion starts revealing its purpose. There was also a strong impression of fairness unfolding in its own timing, where unanswered questions begin to settle and old chapters finally make sense. Life, as it appeared in that moment, felt like it was preparing a new passage for you, one that aligns more closely with who you have become, rather than who you were before. Subtle signs were felt as part of this transition, not always loud or dramatic, but noticeable in intuition, timing, or unexpected connections that gently draw attention. Instead of searching for meaning, it felt as though meaning would naturally find you. The overall impression was one of quiet transformation, where direction, energy, and choices begin to shift in ways that feel both surprising and natural. There was also a reminder to remain present and aware, because insight tends to surface when the mind is calm and receptive. What follows this experience feels like the beginning of a deeper understanding of your path, including the lessons behind past events, the influences that shaped them, and the unfolding direction ahead, revealing itself gradually with time and awareness. That question that has been sitting in your heart for a long time was finally answered here by heaven. Why you? Why now? Why now? What is the rush? Why are you getting this message? Kid, as the third light grew, the court of angels stood still. It gave everything a golden glow, a glow that went around your destiny book and showed you pages that were hidden before. My beloved, heaven showed me the truth. People chose you because your heart stayed pure, even though the world tried to make it hard. My child, this doesn't happen very often. Some people get lost. Some people get angry. Some people let pain change them. But you held on to the holy part of your soul that still loves praise, believes, and hopes. Purity like this is very valuable, my beloved. That is why heaven looks out for you so much. That is why shadows try to make you wait. That is why some people stopped talking when they were near you. They knew you were going to rise before you did, my child. The angels saw your life and said, "This one needs to be fixed up." God agreed. Heaven told me that your tests were not punishments, my beloved. They were getting ready. Everything you lost, everything that got lost, everything that hurt you, everything that made sense to you, everything that didn't seem fair. It wasn't meant to hurt you in any way. It was meant to make you ready for the next part of your life. This is why the time of 900 p.m. is important, not out of fear, but because things are lined up right. After 9 to 1 p.m., today is the start of the next part of your life that has been put off for too long. Let me tell you the next truth, my beloved. Heaven showed me that the person or energy that messed with your life last night has been afraid of your destiny for a long time. This is not someone who hates you, my child. This person is scared that they will lose access to you, worried that they will lose control over you, not wanting to get left behind as you move forward, my beloved. Their fear made a block in the energy, not a bad thing, not a threat, but a quiet fight back, a shadow of doubt that is meant to slow down your good fortune for long enough for you to start to doubt yourself. The plan they had was seen by heaven, my child. Heaven knew what was in their heart, heaven said. No one will stop my child's destiny again. After this choice was made, my beloved, the angels brought your destiny book forward and set it in front of the throne. When God touched the page with your name written on it, it lit up. That is when your timeline changed, my child. Not in a symbolic way, but in a spiritual, energetic, or divine way. Things that used to take months will now only take days. Things that were hard to do will become easy. Things that you thought were impossible will just happen to you. This shift is already coming your way, my beloved. You will feel it before the night gets darker. Peace, it is clear, with a quiet knowing, a sign that confirmed everything that heaven said. My child. The next vision showed how you had changed, not one on the outside, but one on the inside, the kind that changes the way you walk, think, speak, believe, expect, and receive. Changes like this are not small. It is not slow. There is no bias. The job is done, heaven told my beloved. When my child changes on the inside, the world will change on the outside. The angels asked God what this change would make happen, my child. God replied, fixing things, getting your joy back, getting your confidence back, getting your strength back, getting back something you thought was lost forever. Finally, God said something that made every angel bow their heads. My child needs to get up without being scared. You know what, my child? This sentence is what last night was all about. In this way, fate is now moving. This is why heaven wants you to stay awake until 9 p.m. today. My beloved, there is a quiet transformation unfolding within you, something your spirit has already begun to sense, even before your mind can fully understand it. What follows is a deeper unfolding of what begins after 9 p.m., a sequence of subtle signs, early blessings, and moments that will gently guide your life from one meaningful stage to the next, as if each step has been carefully arranged long before you noticed. There is a sacred stillness in what was witnessed, a moment where all higher presence seemed to pause in reverence. It was not emptiness, but a powerful, living silence, the kind that arrives just before profound change, when everything unseen prepares to become visible. In that stillness, a shift was set into motion for your path. After 9:30 p.m., the first unfolding speaks of alignment. Pieces of your life that once felt scattered will begin finding their natural place. Confusion will slowly dissolve as clarity steps in, much like sunlight breaking through a dim room. Conversations will become more honest, intentions will be revealed with greater ease, and opportunities that once felt distant will start appearing within reach. This alignment is not random. It feels as though your path is being gently reorganized so that what belongs to you can finally meet you without resistance. Alongside this, a deeper revelation begins to surface. What was previously hidden or unclear will no longer remain in the shadows. Situations that once felt uncertain will gradually make sense, revealing their true nature in a calm and understandable way. There may also be quiet truths emerging from behind the scenes, not in overwhelming ways, but in soft, steady clarity. You will begin to notice patterns, understand motives, and see life with a sharper inner awareness, as if a veil has been gently lifted to help you move forward with greater certainty and peace. Heaven told me that this news is not meant to hurt you, my child. It is meant to keep you safe. Your intuition will get stronger, and your heart will be free of attachments that were never meant to stay. The third revelation, my beloved, was speed. This is strong. This doesn't happen often. This is only given to souls who went through more than they should have. Acceleration means that heaven gets rid of delay, cuts down on waiting, and moves your destiny forward faster than it ever has before. You thought it would take months, weeks, or even years, but things will start to change in days. If you break through a spiritual blockage, my beloved, acceleration is what happens. It was broken last night. Because of the fourth revelation, my child, the angels looked at you with love money to pay. Yes, my beloved, God told you that you will get back what you lost in relationships, emotion, spirituality, money, energy, and even relationships. You didn't walk through those storms for nothing, my child. There is no injustice that heaven doesn't deal with. For every betrayal, all the bad things, every door shut, every hope that was broken, all of it will be paid for in ways that only heaven can plan. The angels stepped back after these four revelations, my beloved. Then God showed them the fifth and last truth divine meeting. My child, this is the time that is coming for you. It could be a message, a call, a meeting, a chance, the truth, or a person, but no matter what form it takes, it will change your fate for good. Hello, my beloved. This divine meeting started to move toward you last night. It brings healing. It makes things clear. It serves a purpose, holds alignment. It holds the future. My child, you will know what it is right away. It will hit you in the spirit before you can understand it in your mind. This is the moment heaven set me up for. Your heart will whisper, "Today, my beloved." This meeting is why heaven has been calling you so hard. Because of this meeting, this message seems impossible to ignore. The 900 p.m. hour is important because of this meeting. Since that hour has passed, this moment starts to move toward you, my child. The angels then put the cap on your destiny book. There was a seal, a sign that the job is done, a sign that the meeting from last night was over, and that everything that was said is now being done. My beloved, God said one last thing before the meeting ended, a sentence just for you. The next thing that happened made the whole sky go silent. All the angels, every light, all of the presences stopped, since God was about to say something that would change the rest of your life. Hey kid, this sentence wasn't too long, nothing was hard about it. It wasn't beautiful, it was strong, it was clear. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus's plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. It couldn't be undone. God put his hand over your name in the destiny book and said these words, "My beloved, things will not go backwards in my child's life." Let these words sink deep into your heart, my child. Things will not go backwards in your life. Your heart will not go backwards again. Things will not go backwards in your life. It will not take longer for you to heal. You will not lose any growth. Your good fortune will not go backwards. The spiritual realm was shaken by this order. My beloved, it had authority. Ending, Ending, it ended every cycle of emotional pain, confusion, doubt, and being let down over and over again. That stuff broke last night. My child, don't be soft. Without a doubt, my beloved. The angel started to move after God spoke this command, at first, slowly, then with a plan, then quickly, because heaven moves quickly only when a soul is entering a safe part of its story. One angel closed the book on your past, my child. The book that has everything you went through, everything you made it through, everything you brought by yourself. A different angel put a new book next to it. This is the book of your future, the book on how to align. My beloved, the book of answered prayers. After that, something strange happened. There was a bright ribbon of light around the new book, not a seal of safety, but a seal of promise. This seal, my child, means that your new chapter cannot be changed. It cannot be put off again. It cannot be affected by fear, bad feelings, or other people's plans. My beloved, what is written for you is yours. Consistency matters more than sudden change. Growth rarely arrives all at once. It unfolds gradually, in layers that become clearer over time. Staying committed to your path helps you recognize direction when it appears and allows understanding to settle in at the right pace. When you remain steady, even uncertainty starts to feel structured, and life begins to reveal its next steps with greater ease. There are moments when something shifts quietly within you. You may notice a surprising sense of calm, replacing inner noise, or a gentle clarity where confusion once lived. Emotional weight that felt permanent begins to loosen, making space for lightness and renewed focus. It feels like moving from heaviness into a more open, grounded state of awareness, where things no longer press on you in the same way. This kind of change is deeply personal and often subtle, yet meaningful. It is not about forcing meaning, but about noticing what naturally arises within your thoughts and feelings. If this resonates with you, take a moment to acknowledge it internally. You can reflect on what you are ready to release and what you are prepared to welcome next, allowing your own sense of direction to form without pressure. Change often becomes clearer in hindsight when you realize how far you have already come without noticing it day by day. Trusting your own pace allows you to move forward without forcing outcomes, and that patience itself becomes part of your strength. As you continue, small moments of clarity will guide you more than dramatic signs, helping you build a steadier inner foundation that supports whatever comes next. Stay present and open to what unfolds ahead naturally now. So this is how you go from hearing to acting, from watching to taking part. Stay in the present, because what comes next backs up what you just said. The next sign came from heaven. Tonight, someone you didn't expect will think of you, not because it is what they always do, but because your energy has changed and their spirit has been stirred by your name. My beloved, this thought is not going to be casual, it is going to be emotional, like a mirror. Honest, when the blockage was taken away last night, your soul sent out a vibration, and people who are even slightly linked to your fate will feel it. The next sign from heaven is even stronger. My child, you will sense a clear break. It means being emotionally and spiritually separate from someone who has been draining you. To my beloved, it will not hurt. It will feel right. It will feel good. It will feel like your soul finally let out a breath after holding it for too long. I want you to know that this separation makes room. There is room for the divine meeting to come to you, room to line things up, a place for peace. My beloved, the sky then showed one last picture. A moment is coming up faster than you think. A time when you will get something, a call. What a chance, it became clear. Something that will make you think. Now I know why heaven called me. Now is the time for me to talk to you, my child. This is the reason why heaven came together last night. Right now, the 9:00 p.m. hour is important. There is one more layer, my beloved. The revelation of what this meeting with God will do for you, my child. The atmosphere changed again when heaven revealed this last truth. The angels leaned in close. The light got stronger. Because what was about to be shown not only tells you what is going to happen, but also why your life will never be the same again. This divine meeting will open up 3 things inside you. There are parts of you that were never really lost, only quiet for a while, waiting for the right moment to come forward again. What is unfolding now is not about earning anything new, but about recognizing what was always within you. A sense of mental clarity will begin to settle in, gentle yet undeniable, as if a heavy mist is finally lifting. Situations that once felt confusing will start revealing their purpose. You may understand why certain doors didn't open, why some connections faded, and why life paused in places you didn't expect. Even the unanswered questions that used to circle your thoughts will slowly lose their weight. Alongside this, a quiet but steady trust will begin to grow inside you. Not the kind that is forced or loudly declared, but something deeper and more natural. It will shape the way you move through decisions, helping you rely less on uncertainty and more on inner knowing. You'll notice yourself hesitating less, overthinking less, and simply allowing yourself to follow what feels right without constant doubt. There is also a return to your authentic self taking place. The version of you that was covered by responsibility, endurance, and emotional survival is starting to reappear. It won't feel unfamiliar. Instead, it will feel like remembering something comforting and true. You may begin to feel lighter in your identity, less defined by past wounds, and more connected to who you are underneath them. Over time, this shift will change how you see your own value. You'll stop shrinking in spaces where you deserve to stand fully. There will be less waiting for approval and more confidence in simply being and choosing for yourself, guided by an inner sense of direction that feels steady and real. My beloved, this is why the message had to be sent right away. That is why heaven told you to stay awake, because what is starting now is not a small thing. It makes things possible. It is the beginning of a story that cannot be changed. My child, it was clear from the sky. This is not a short-term change. This is not a short phase. We are now on a new path. You will notice something else after this. Different people will react to you. It will be easier to find opportunities. Your gut feeling will get stronger. It will be easier for you to pray. Your heart will be more stable. These things happen when alignment and obedience come together. My beloved, when timing and awareness meet, when ready meets heaven. If you stayed, you did your part, my child, through hearing, in order to keep your spirit open, and heaven has done its part by getting rid of the problem, closing the book on your story, and setting your destiny in motion. My beloved, keep this in mind as the night goes on. You are not behind schedule. We haven't forgotten about you. You are not behind. You are right where God wants you to be. My child, pay attention. Keep your door open. Stay in line, because what is coming at you is real. My beloved, this is just the start. This is the last layer. My beloved, here is where heaven lets the message settle inside you, not as words, but as truth. Everything that was shown, said, or revealed has now been set in motion. You don't need to chase anything else. My child, you don't need to prove anything else. You don't need to force anything else. What was put off has been unlocked. What was blocked is now open. What was written for you has been sealed by heaven. My beloved, please remember this. We will never forget you. You were never forgotten. You were never behind. Every pause served a purpose. Every pause meant something. Every delay made room for the right alignment. Stay present, my child. As the day goes on, be kind to your spirit. Pay attention to the small signs, a thought, how you feel, something. There was a clear moment. These are not just random events. They prove something. Heaven has spoken, my beloved. Your fate is being watched over. You are safe on your path. The future you want is moving forward without any problems now. My child, go ahead without any trouble. Remember what you have learned. Be sure to trust what has been set in motion. Believe what has been sealed. Believe what was said. It is not over yet. This is the start. Before this message ends, please think about sending it to other people. When you share this prophetic word, you make the breakthrough happen for more people than just yourself. People who don't keep the oil to themselves are praised by heaven. When you share it with your network, you let the same anointing, clarity, and release touch other people. What you send out always comes back to you in greater measure. Before you leave, I want you to do one easy thing that will bring you in too. If you like this video, you are not just supporting a platform, you are showing that you agree with what God has said about you. Sometimes a message arrives at the right moment and simply makes you pause and reflect a little more deeply on your own path. If this one has found its way to you, take it as an invitation to slow down and reconnect with a sense of calm, clarity, and inner strength. Life often moves quickly, and in that rush, we forget how important it is to check in with ourselves, to notice what we are feeling, and to realign with what truly matters. This is your reminder to breathe, to ground yourself, and to trust that you are capable of moving forward, even when things feel uncertain. There are moments when guidance feels like it is speaking directly to us, not as something external or mystical, but as an inner voice encouraging growth, patience, and resilience. You are not behind, and you are not lost. You are in a continuous process of becoming. Every experience, even the quiet or difficult ones, can shape something meaningful within you if you allow it to. Consider this a gentle pause in your day, a chance to acknowledge where you are and where you want to go next. You may not need grand changes or immediate answers. Sometimes small shifts in awareness are enough to open new doors. Let yourself be open to learning, to healing, and to steady progress that unfolds in its own time. As you move forward, carry a sense of hope and steadiness with you. Trust that your efforts matter, even when results are not immediately visible. Keep focusing on what uplifts you, supports your well-being, and helps you grow into the person you are becoming.